Hi everybody, I wanted to show you some additional custom formatting, a little bit of what we did in the last video, but a little bit more as well. So it just gives you a little bit more to work with, I think. So I want to start out first of all with showing you this, this first column where we've got each of our sales reps. And what I want to do here is after each rep all the way to the end of the cell, I want to put a hyphen in there. Okay, now we had done this in the last video with the dot leaders. We're just going to be doing it this time along with the hyphen. So this won't take too long. What we have to do really is just we kind of select the range like that. All right, and then we go back into the number formatting dialog box. All right, we go down to custom. All right, and all we have to do in there is put the @ symbol, the asterisk, which means repeat, and this time what we don't want to do is we want to repeat the hyphen. Okay, so before we had done the dot. So there's the hyphen. Hit OK, and there we go. Perfect. And this next one with the hire date, I want to show what day of the week each of those dates were. Okay, so we're going to select that range just like that. And then what we'll do is we'll go back into the number, go down to custom. Now, currently, what you see there is being gotten from this format right here. So all we're going to do is we're going to go right to the end of it, hit our space, and then in the parenthesis, we're going to type in the D, and then a parenthesis, and that's going to give us the day of the week right there. See, so I go ahead and hit OK on that. Make this a little bit wider, and there we go. Perfect. Okay, now the next thing we have here are the employee IDs. And what I want to do is make it so where there's a hyphen after the 3rd, a hyphen after the 5th, and that's about it. All right, so how am I going to do that? Well, we select that range, right? We go back into the number dialog box, go to custom, and in there, what we're going to do is we're going to put the pound hyphen, and then pound, or pound, I should say, and then a hyphen, and then pound. Okay, there we go. And one more pound, sorry. There we go. There you go. So that's what we want it to look like, right? Hit OK. There it goes. Perfect. Now this next one's a little tricky. This one is the phone numbers, and what we want to do is we want to have in parentheses the area code and then the rest of the number, you know, in a standard format. So we can actually select that range like that, go back into number, and this time we can actually go to special, and they actually have a phone number right there for us. And we go ahead and hit OK on that, and there we go. Now, if you'd rather it be something like where it just maybe gives the area code, a period, the first 3 digits, a period, and then the rest of the number, then what you can do is you can go back in there again as it's selected, go to custom, all right, and then what we can do is we just wipe out that whole thing and just instead put here, in this case, the pound. So we'll do pound, period, and then pound, period, and then pound. All right. Now, when you do that, a little bit of a problem arises. We get a bunch of dots at the end. It doesn't have any idea what we're doing. It's thinking that these are decimal places. All right. So what we have to do is go in between each of them and put a quotation mark on both sides of it. So we'll go to this second one here, go to the beginning of it, quotation mark, and then after it, a quotation mark. So you'll see how it comes out there, see? So the quotation mark is basically saying it's not really a decimal, it's just a period, you know? So we hit OK on that one. There we go. All right, very good. All right, this next one's going to be a new one for you. I would like this number, each of these numbers, and these numbers are pretty much representing the number of transactions that this sales rep had, right? And I've got, transaction with a little pound symbol on there. I would like to also see in here, and that way I can get rid of the pound symbol there, I can just put like a pound next to each one of the numbers. That'd be kind of cool. It'll still be a number. I mean, obviously we're not going to be doing any calculations with this, but if it were happen to be a calculation, like that you later on, or a number I should say, that you want to add up, you know, in a calculation, this feature is not going to affect it. It's still going to treat it as still being a number, okay? But what you'll do is you'll select that range, just like that. We'll go back into our dialog box, all right? We'll go to custom, all right? Now in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to say something like, we want like a pound symbol, so we're just going to put like the pound. And now the problem is that the pound symbol is also used as a special character to give us the effect that we want numbers. But what we can do is we'll do a quotation mark, all right? We'll put the pound symbol in there. I'll put a space and then another quotation mark. And then I'll put in there the 4 pounds, just like that, see? And you can see what it's going to give us up there. Hit OK, and there we go. That's how you get that. So that's kind of neat. Now for this next one, what I want to do in column G is in this range, I want my negative numbers to be in red, and I want my positive numbers to be, let's say, in blue. Now, you can do this also with the conditional formatting, and if you've watched those videos yet or already, you'll know that you can do that. But so in conditional formatting, I can go in there and say, hey, any number that's less than 0, make that number red, and any number that's over 0, make that number, you know, blue or whatever. And you can do that very easily with the conditional formatting. And if you're interested, you can watch those videos in the module 3. But we're not going to do that here. We're actually going to create a numeric format that will do this for us. And by the way, all these formats that we're adding here stay in the system. So in the future, you can actually conjure them right back up again and apply them to other you know, worksheets. But I'll show that to you a little bit later on. So how do we make this happen? All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we got the area selected. We're going to click onto our little dialog box button there. And then we're going to go to custom, and you're going to see a number of different codings here for formats. Now, one of them that they have here, but you can see in here, they've got this one here, some code there, and then they got like a semicolon, and then they've got the word red. And what this really is what it's saying is the positive number, this would be the positive number format, which is just normal. But then they have red, and then this will be the negative format, see? So we could actually even just take that particular one there, save ourselves some work here, right? And over here, where it says red, we'll kind of select that area in there if we can, or backspace or whatever we have to do there. But we'll get rid of the word red, and we'll put the word blue in there. And then at the very beginning here, in brackets, let's put one bracket in there, we'll put in there, I'm sorry, I'm doing it backwards here. We're gonna put blue here, sorry. So we'll put blue there, okay, and then a bracket, all right? And then on this one, this will be the red, right? We'll put RED in there. See, so all that's happening here is we just have in brackets and then the code, the formatting that we want in there, right? Just like that. You can see in this one, it's got like a comma in there with the pound, and that's basically just saying that you want comma formatting. We didn't do that when we did this one here because we don't want commas in there, right? Okay, anyway, so once we've done that, then we'll go ahead and hit OK. And there we go. Very cool. All right. So your positive numbers, your negative numbers, right? That's it. That's all it is. Now, look at this. Let's say that we want to apply that formatting to these guys over here, all right? So what we'll do is we'll select that. And this is what I was talking about as far as it being stored in the system. We can go back into the number dialog box, go to custom, all right? And usually what will happen, the ones that you've created will be towards the bottom or at the very bottom. In this case, it's right at the very bottom there. So I can just click onto that, all right? Hit OK, and I've applied it to that one, see? Maybe a little bit bigger there. All right, so that looks good. So that was just a few extras I wanted to show you guys how to work, and hopefully you can start using some of this. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.